All right, welcome to another episode of CAS Minute, where today we're going to talk about solution selling framework. It is in a bit of contrast to spin selling, different methodologies. The solution selling methodology was invented in 1975 by Frank Watts. He began teaching this at Xerox in 1982. So this is an age-old methodology that is slightly different than spin selling, which we covered in the last episode. And this is probably more applicable to advisory, CFO services, a little bit more in-depth advisory work, in contrast to maybe a little bit more pain identification and outcome-oriented nature of spin selling. So, to walk through the solution selling framework, we do also want to identify client pain points, but really we're focusing more on positioning your service as a tailored solution to the problem. In CAS and advisory, this is more of a highly consultative type sale, and it aligns perfectly with just uncovering deep client needs and then customizing the advisory services throughout the sales process. So, in the first step here, we really want to take on really deep client discovery. So, we want to make sure that in our sales process, we have a really clean discovery process where we're gathering information, we're coming back to the prospect to better uncover the issues that they're facing based on our analysis, and also potentially bring more issues to the surface that they may not be aware of, and how that translates to their financial challenges, business processes, and goals. This already starts positioning us as the solutioner to their problems. And so the idea here when we're going through pain points in the discovery process is to uncover some more of the latent problems, the beyond surface level issues, to identify underlying inefficiencies or risks that the client may not be aware of. So instead of spin selling, we're going a level deeper and we're introducing advisory within the sales process to kind of demonstrate here's what it would be like if we work together. We also want to start positioning our services as a solution. As you can imagine, the solution selling methodology revolves heavily around what you're bringing to the table in terms of a solution for the prospect. So once you've identified the problems, you've started to walk through these and maybe bubble up additional problems that may exist based on your experience. You're trying to clearly position your advisory service as the ideal solution for them. This works really well when you're a heavily niched practice and you know the industry, you know the client profile really, really well. So you want to be able to demonstrate how your services solve those specific client challenges. And then this could walk through multiple elements of the business, from financial to operational to systemization of the business, to help them reach outcomes that they possibly didn't know that existed through your services. So a big key point here is to tailor your recommendations to their circumstance rather than more broadly talking about problem solutioning in the industry that they're in. You really want to work this methodology towards a customized service package that directly addresses their unique needs. If you use this solution selling and then try to say, hey, here's your bronze, silver, and gold package, it may be a little bit challenging because that's going to be a bit of a different outcome or a different type of situation that somebody may be looking for. If you use this methodology, you should really be looking more towards that customized type approach. Now, the last part of this that walks really well with value-based pricing is you need to very clearly articulate the value proposition beyond the price in solution selling. As you walk through the solution, you should be able to start to articulate around what does the ROI of the service look like? How are they going to feel that, rather than focusing on the price of your services alone. Case studies, examples, potential cost savings, maybe a calculator are really helpful when building a compelling value proposition. I wouldn't say they're always necessary. However, you should be able to articulate that really, really well. The last piece here is that you really want to start to develop a collaborative relationship in the sales process that really positions yourself as that trusted advisor, somebody that they can see working alongside. And this works really well for the sales individual who is the actual operator on the account. It works really well for that. It may be a little bit more challenging if you have a team. However, you can really work this in well if you bring in a subject matter expert that would also be providing that value proposition to the client. We always want to work this towards getting buy-in from the client and moving towards that natural close. And so, again, this is a bit in contrast to spin selling, just a different methodology that I think works a little bit better in customized advisory sales. But at the end of the day, every circumstance may require a different methodology. So hopefully this in-depth overview of the solution selling methodology has been helpful. And we're going to go through more sales selling methodologies in the future as we've already done in past episodes. I hope that's helpful. Till next time.